and wipe them all. Give me one moment. Okay, there we go. They're all wiped. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Oh boy. Okay. So, timing's the same. Finland, great start. Let's hope we get, like, Finland or probably Norway or Indonesia will be next, because I don't think it gives you 2 in a row, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, Finland on first try is a good sign. This is also a first run of Group 3, so it'd be fine if it was terrible, because that's just more time for me to warm up, essentially, and get those skills honed. Shit. Why did I try for a cut like that? It's fine. Setting a bad time now means it's more time saved later. Ooh, yeah. Oh dear, I nearly ate that cliff. Oh, you know, this car doesn't actually suffer the really bad kind of understeer that the Esky sometimes suffers in Group 2. At least not as much. It's a bit more flicky, which is kind of nice for getting around corners. Flicky is definitely a technical term, I swear. Nice. What is my best time here? You know what? I'm interested in knowing. Okay, that's my new best time, but like, it's not very accurate. Oh yeah, another thing I did learn. Wait, why is there a person there, huh? How? Wait, am I crazy? No, they're turned off. It's just like seeing some in the trees or something. I don't know. Oh, I believe it was this stage that another speedrunner accidentally discovered a skip. No, damn it. I think it was because I remember watching it. Where you can kind of just jump through some trees. That's a nice skip there, though. Oh, it was that one. Yeah, right there. He got past this tree. Whoops, though. God, I shouldn't be throwing this away as much as I am, because this was like a really good start to get Finland on the first rally here. Oh shit! I thought I could wander through that a bit, but I guess not as much as I thought I could. Oh, well, you can wander through that though. Apparently, jeez, I doubt this one's cuttable. Yeah. Oh right, I was talking about speedrunning. Yeah, just the community behind speedrunning is cool to me. And how it's like generally, no, I mean generally because you know not every community is the same in this regard, but when a speedrunning tactic is found, it's not like held secret. And I mean, by virtue of you sharing speedruns in order to verify them, that kind of shows off secrets, but still, even without that, people will share tips and tricks to go faster, even if it means they may be beat. And that's just cool to me. Oh, that was a new best time there, and it was terrible. This is why I need to set some new good times on various stages. Or set them in the first place if I don't have them. This is a long stage, sadly. But it was bound to happen. 5 stages. Oh, God, right. I forgot about that. That happened to me last time as well. I should have figured. No, this one's a straightforward one, if I remember right. Slightly. No, you're good. You go straight. Oh, I didn't clean my car. That was the thing I was going to mention. Oil, yes. I love drinking oil. That's the thing I was going to mention. During the repair phase, you can clean your car. And I thought it didn't affect much, but apparently, especially on higher groups where cars go faster, it hurts your top speed really bad. So you want to clean your car when you can. Just funny to me. Oh, are you saying oil because of the various fuel posters on the side of the stage? Yes. Consume the oil. Funnily enough, the current year in the game is 1976. When was the oil crisis again? Pretty sure it was mid-70s, so... Wasn't it during Reagan? And Reagan was president in the 80s. No, I feel like it was in the 70s. I don't know. I think there were a few oil crises. As it turns out, oil's not a great... 1973, yeah, so right around there. Where it's like, uh-oh, hoo-hoo, hee-hee. No oil for you. You just have to kind of take it. God, I wonder if there's electric rally cars. That'd be really interesting because of how, electric cars work with their motors and such, how it's basically instantaneous torque. As opposed to car engine cars, or fuel cars, gas cars, any of those. They kind of have a build-up to torque. For better and for worse. I'd imagine a... I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, goodbye those cones. Don't cut that. I'm just tossing this in the garbage. Okay, you know what? If the second rally gives me something bad, then maybe I will reset, but I'm gonna keep it for now. Because I want to set a time. Yeah, see, there's another repair, and I want to make sure I repair during that. Although I don't think I will really need it. Yeah, look how dirty this is. That can't be good for top speed. I wonder how much it affects acceleration. Because I honestly can't tell if it is or not. Hi, dummy. That's rude and mean. How dare you? But hello. How's your sprained ankle? Or foot? It's better. Oh, that's good. How many... I can walk finally now, kinda. No, that's good. Don't walk near stairs, apparently. How many times have you fallen down / hurt yourself on stairs now? Like, Jesus. Oh, that was the last stage, right? No, it wasn't. Probably like 30 times? Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh no, it's raining. Well, I guess this will give me Group 3 rain time for this track, at least. God, I love hydroplaning. Oh, it's so slippery. Still remember when I broke my foot, though. Well, yeah. It's kind of hard to not forget when you break a bone. That was with stairs too, right? Wasn't it like bus stairs? That's insane. No, wooden stairs. Oh, well, still stairs nonetheless. Damn. With socks. Ouch. Damn it. Shit. Sock attack. Oh, did they get like stuck on the stairs and then that caused you to trip and then that messed up your foot subsequently? Because it was wooden stairs, so they got like stuck on them. So much for setting a new best time here. Oh well. No, I slipped. Oh, I see. Rip. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Next rally. How's college? Funny though that like two big men carried me back to my apartment. Nice. Pog. I was gonna say, how's college going? Or classes, at least. I forget, what are you studying? I don't think I've ever asked. Oh, I'll look at that in a moment. What? Shit. IT networking. Oh, okay. I missed classes, sadly, but I emailed the teachers. They said it'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If you sprain your ankle, it'd be better to just let it heal. IT networking. Interesting. So you're saying you're going to be another furry in the IT field? Also, we got Indonesia. I guess, well, yeah. I didn't mention Indonesia Pog. Not great. I would have preferred Norway because that's faster, but still decent. And honestly, when you're getting large stage counts like this, the actual specific area doesn't matter as much because kind of averages out. Though it's still better to get the faster ones, of course. Not gonna lie, I still faint when I see my college's 2 gigabyte per second download and upload, to be honest. Uh, why do you faint? Is it because it's like, that's large, or? 'Cause that's really damn good. At least I think it's good. I don't know if it actually is. Yeah, it's quite big to me, and I'm just so used to more than my mom's 8 mega. Yeah, no, I've been there. Holy shit. God. My internet in my apartment is way better than it was at home. Yeah. Oh. Mine is like 1 gigabit up, down, and up. That's very good. Yeah. No water because I live in a big ass city. Yeah, that helps generally. I don't know what my university Wi-Fi is. It kind of tended to vary. If as long as it didn't drop, which it would decently often, it was pretty fast. But I don't know. I don't have to use it as much anymore, other than doing homework, which doesn't exactly need high down up speed. Oh, this crest goes left. Yeah, I still love that upload because I upload like, yeah, no. Yeah, uploading big files is really nice. Especially like in uploading to YouTube, like holy shit, a 20-minute video, for example, on my like parents' Wi-Fi would take maybe 3 hours. That would now take me a minute or so. Which is really nice. Because sometimes I'll be like uploading something and I want to go do something else, but I kind of have to just wait for it to upload. Or I'd have to upload like longer videos overnight. That was a decent turn. Where is the end? Oh, I think it's to the right there. No, it's here. What up? Nice, 155. Okay, I'm interested in seeing my leaderboard time. Oh! Pog. Wait, where am I? Oh, he hasn't even done this stage. Damn. Alright, we'll take that. Now to work on my sociology again. Oh, have fun. Wait, why do you need sociology for IT, or is that like electives? I'd assume electives. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to my next semester at least, because that should be quite lighter than this semester has been. At least I think. I don't know. It's impossible to tell. Because currently my degree plan only has 12 odd credits, but I shouldn't just take 12 credits. I should take more than that. I know people that are taking like 18 credits this semester, and they have a lab at 10 o'clock at night to midnight. And then they also have a class at 7:45 in the morning. You better knock on wood about talking about your class load like that. Can I knock on wood using my foot? If so, feet knock on wood. There we go. I knocked the trim of my room. But I mean, it can't be that bad. It's just kinetics, which I don't know how that'll go. It'll be a like further electronic properties class, which will be interesting. I don't know what the load will be like for that, but we shall see. I don't know how difficult, of course, that will be. I do hope that... Well, hold on, I'll read that in a second. Wait, are you doing the funny constant class? Yeah. Remember? I was planning on doing 334. And I mean, it sounds like if the department does end up getting a electronic properties, what is that called? Specialization, then I might just go for getting that. We'll see. That course isn't too hard. Okay, that's good. It just seems very scary based off of what Constance said so far. I hope... Okay, now I see what you mean, Apollo. Oops. Do hope that schedule gods allow foot knocking, yeah. Because I can't exactly take my hand off the controller. Yeah, let's see. There's kinetics. That class. I think I need to take an International Perspectives class. That I'm planning on taking something next semester. I don't know what yet. Oh, I guess I'm probably gonna take Organic Chemistry 2 next semester. I didn't think about that. Shit. Okay. I did speak too soon, you know? Although, I don't know. Considering I've enjoyed / been fine with Organic Chemistry 1 so far. I don't know how much that'll change. But so far, it's been fine, and I've been doing well with it. Because a lot of stuff follows from previous stuff, or like, can kind of... You can kind of remind yourself of it in a way. As long as you know or remember basic principles. Oh hey, here's the end. Nice. Is that the last stage? No, one more. Okay, I thought so. Yeah. Okay. I think this one's high speed, so we definitely want to clean the car for this. Yeah, this starts at the huge straight. Is that where it ends, really? Do just one really large loop? Jeez. Okay, maybe this is actually not a great stage to have gotten, but it's fine. It's 5 stages, so the chances of getting a not long one is slim. Ah! Damn it. Other thing is too though, like, if I'm gonna have a heavy course load, I prefer it in the fall than I do in the spring. Because I've kind of noticed a trend where in the spring, I tend to struggle more / get burnt out more than I do in the fall. I don't know if that is because of the weather or because you get a 2.5, 3-month break, 3-month break for before the fall, while you only get like a month break or so before the spring, even though spring break exists. I don't know. I will look forward to not having to write English assignments, because that's something I just I get what it's going for, but I don't want to write. It's like it's just effort, and I'm writing technical documents now already as a part of my research job. I'm writing standard operating procedures. And I have to start writing a technical report on a plasma cleaner now. That's due in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, something like that. And I also have to prepare information for a presentation for my research group about gel permeation chromatography, something like that. Which, that's not for like another 2 weeks, but I should get started on researching that, because it's kind of a important thing to not dick around on, essentially. At least thermodynamics has kind of calmed down a bit now. It's not as worrying. That's the last one. Fog. Half an hour. Ouch. This is gonna take a bit. And like the stuff that we covered for this next exam shouldn't be too difficult to use, so that's good at least. Is it gonna give me the cinematic about unlocking Group 4? It is. There we go. There we go. Oh, Kenya! Fine. I want to set a time. I'll set a time. Kenya's not great, though. And thankfully it's on a 3-stage as opposed to a 5-stage. A 5-stage Kenya would be detrimental. That's run ending there. It's fine. Ooh, that was a really good corner there. I might set a good time for Group 3 on this stage here. I just need to not mess it up. Like I nearly just did. Oh, that's a mean corner. An off-camber corner like that? Jeez. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another thing, too, was, yeah, today, apparently one of our assignments for organic chemistry was connected to the wrong chapter. And I realized this, but I still did it anyway. So now I have to do the actual assignment. I think they still get points for it at least, but it's just like, damn it. How? today's lecture in organic chemistry was just entirely dedicated to substitution reactions in alkyl halide compounds. The actual mechanism behind the reaction is not too bad. Basically a nucleophilic thing which wants to get rid of its electrons, or it's nucleophilic, so it wants to go near a nucleus. Just as a fancy way of saying it wants to get rid of electrons. Basically kicks out a from a carbon atom, it kicks out a halide. Not fluorine, I don't think. He certainly didn't mention fluorine, and I'm sure there's a reason. But like chloramine, bromine, and iodide, it'll kick out any of those and be replaced by it, essentially. Leaving that halide in the solution that it's within. This is also helping me mentally study it so that I know it for when this next exam is, by explaining it. As far as the effectiveness of a nucleophile, basically negative charge is better than neutral charge, and the more electronegative it is actually worse, because it wants to hold on to its electrons then. It doesn't want to get rid of them. So, for example, sulfur is better than chlorine, I think? Whoa! 249. Okay, I'm interested in seeing what my time was for this, like, leaderboard-wise. Top 1%. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. Jesus. What is... Oh, I'm alone. Where am I? Jeez, that's a full 30 seconds behind. That's still decent, though. I might upload it anyway. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of the basic gist. Oh, also, it matters what solvent you put it in. So there's two reactions that go by this substitution method. There are SN2 there are SN2 reactions, and there are SN1 reactions. The SN2 reactions are exactly like I described. It basically, a nucleophile kicks out a halide and replaces that halide with itself. Now that only happens to primary and secondary halides. What do I mean? It means the halogen, so chlorine, iodine, bromine, that carbon it's attached to. It is primary if that carbon has only one other carbon it's attached to, secondary if it's 2 carbons, and tertiary if it's 3 carbons. Now, the nucleophile attacks from the back, quote unquote, not from the side where the halide is, because it takes up too much space. So it has to attack from the back. Hence why it only happens to primary and secondary halides, because it's hard to attack a tertiary halide. In fact, it's too hard for a nucleophile to get in close enough to actually bond to that carbon to be able to kick out that halogen, halide. I don't know, whatever, one of those two. So, that's SN2 reactions, basically. A nucleophile kicks out a halide and replaces itself with it, and it is a back-sided attack because it can't attack from the side, which is considered the front, that has the halide. SN1 reactions, meanwhile, are quite a bit different. They basically they are a 2-step reaction. So the SN2 reactions are 1 step. It's just the nucleophile kicking out the halide and replace and put in bonding to the thing. Basically, it bonds to the carbon as the halide is unbound to the carbon and takes away an electron pair. Meanwhile, with SN1 reactions, they are two-step. SN1 happens to tertiary and secondary sometimes. We didn't really learn how to distinguish what will happen for a given secondary compound, but for now that's all I'll have to worry about. The fact that it can happen to secondary or tertiary. What it basically relies on is the halide just kind of coming off the compound on its own. Now this can be spurred on with heat, of course, because then it will unbind, and then the nucleophile in the solution will just instantly bond to that carbocation that is now formed. Because the carbocation is very unhappy. It does not want to exist and would prefer to bond to something because it doesn't have a full octet. So the actual rate of said reaction is entirely reliant on whether the halide leaves your main compound or it doesn't. That was a decent time too, I think. It wasn't great, yeah. A lot of these times would be times you'd have to specialize in. No. There we go. That's basically it. That's what we learned today. Oh, I guess it also matters what solvent you do the reaction within. For SN2 reactions, you want an aprotic solvent, which basically just means the solvent does not have any OH or NH bonds in it. So water. Water is a protic solvent because it has OH bonds, and thus can hydrogen bond. Now this is bad in SN2 reactions because that solvent will stabilize the nucleophile, and that increases or decreases how do I phrase this? The more stable a molecule / element, whatever, is, the less reactive it is. So you want that nucleophile to be reactive to be able to kick out that halide and replace itself with it, or substitute it. Substitute the nucleophile, rather. So if the solvent is stabilizing the nucleophile via hydrogen bonding, for example, then it will be less reactive and is thus not great. So you use an aprotic solvent, which does not have OH or NH bonds, and thus does not really get much hydrogen bonding, if any. Meanwhile, with SN1 reactions, the opposite is true. And this is because an aprotic solvent won't do anything, right? But a protic solvent will actually stabilize the ions formed by the halide leaving the main molecule. So those ions are stabilized, and therefore they're more favorable than without the solvent. It's still kind of unfavored to go into two molecules that have charges. Kind of. It kind of depends, because you also have to factor in entropy, because you're going from one molecule to two, and that entropy likes that. But then you're also making a charge on a carbon, which is unpreferred, so either way, point is, using a protic solvent is basically necessary to have SN1 reactions, while having an aprotic solvent is necessary for SN2 reactions. And that now I think is basically everything I can explain. Well, of course, yes. But of course. Next time we'll learn about more. I don't know what, but we'll learn about more. But honestly, it does not seem bad as long as I basically just kind of study it a bit, or like what I just did, I explained it to you. And in explaining it, it verifies that I know it, essentially. And understand it. I think this might be the part of the class where organic chemistry is the most notorious for basically being memorization. I think that was the last of that, right? It was. And to me, being able to explain it tells me that I know it decently well. Well enough to explain it, at least. There's a lot I left out because it would require explaining more about chemistry and such. Ooh, fuck you, Germany. Really? Wow. Wow. Okay, fine. This is going to be a terrible time, meaning it's an amazing future time save. Okay, so in Germany there's only one track that is actually decent, and that's Hockweiler, because it takes like a minute and a half to actually do. Compared to the rest of Germany, which are 4-minute tracks, or tracks, stages, whatever. Which is bad. Because, okay, so in Group 2 career mode, the current world record is around 45 minutes. And I did the math, and the average time per stage is like about 2 minutes 15 to 20 seconds or so, which is really damn fast. Um, 2 minutes 20 seconds per stage, I should say. Oh dear. That wasn't ideal. Oh no, not the rocks on the side of the road. These are killer. You have to be really careful with these. At least damage is off, so they're not as killer as they are in the normal game. Well, when you have damage on in the normal game. Because they can basically give you terminal damage instantly if you hit them at full speed. Which is bad. Oh. And there's also 0 room for corner cutting. So you have to drive precisely on the road. There, oh Jesus, there it happened. That scared me. Fuck. That's what I mean. Stone jump scare. Oh right, I was talking about Tarkov earlier. Yeah, so I don't know. I might, and it's a big might, as in I'm not entirely sure. I'll probably try to stay clear. We'll see. But I might re-download Tarkov and stream it. And I've learned actually how my favorite way to play is to just stop caring, and I think that is the best way you can play the game. Stop caring about like your stuff. Essentially, losing it will happen, and that was a mindset that I didn't have for the longest time. And once I finally got into the mindset of not necessarily caring too much if I lose something, I was enjoying the game a lot more. It just requires getting that mindset, which the game kind of promotes caring about your stuff. But whatever. I don't know. It's fun and it also sucks as a game. It's hard to say. I've talked not on stream, but like to other people about Tarkov and like why it sucks in a way. And it's not. It's a thing of so in first-person shooter games, right? Take CS:GO, take Call of Duty. You just have a health bar. Well, CS:GO might not be a great example because you can get one tapped in the head. You know what I mean. Or TF2, which is a lot more cartoonish, but you know what I mean. You have a health bar. You do not have different body parts. Hawkweiler! Yo! This is actually the good fast stage. You have a health bar. As such, when you get in an encounter, you actually have a chance, if you play your cards right and you play well, to still win the encounter, even if they got the jump on you. Meanwhile, in Tarkov, you could turn a corner and be one shot dead before you even hear the gunshot. Which, I understand what it's going for. It's, like, realistic. And that does play into how it feels to play. Like, it's stressful, but it's, what is it, like, you know, like when you skydive, what is that called? The thrill from that. There's, like, a specific name for the adrenaline rush. The rush of adrenaline that comes from doing something that is high stress. In that situation. That makes it kind of enjoyable when you live. Painful when you die. But still, my point is it kind of just feels unfair at times. And it's kind of just a mechanic of how the game functions. It's not necessarily anything against the game. It's more just... it can make it kind of unenjoyable if you just keep getting one-tapped. On the other hand, if you are the person doing the one-tap, it feels great. And that's what the problem is. And how it gets addicting. Is that, well, sure, you could get one-tapped and it hurts. You could also one-tap them. Which sadly promotes, like, kind of spray and pray playing, as opposed to, just playing and aiming and such. But, there's not much you can do about that. I'm one who prefers to take time aiming and do one clean shot, as opposed to just kind of spray down range and hope a bullet hits them in the right spot. Of course, there's situations where that's your best bet, and you'd be insane to try and aim. But still. For all other situations, I prefer to aim than shoot. And that was my strategy a lot of the time when I played Tarkov. I have clips of how I played. And I usually use the SKS, which became my preferred weapon of choice. Preferred weapon of choice. Ah, yes, that's circular. That means the same thing. That was my preferred weapon, because the ammo you could get for it, I think like PS ammo, still could penetrate through like armor class 3 easily, which is really good. And it could basically one-tap someone as long as I hit a good shot on their head. And I did get a few of those. It was really fun and cool, and not cool. It was just fun when I achieved that, because it's like, holy shit, you achieved something cool. Right. But then that happens to you, and you're like, fuck. Yeah. So I don't know. I might try to get back into it, and if I can play it without feeling like I'm about to have a heart attack, then that's good. There was one time I was playing solo, and I had a really good run going where I had like a lot of loot and I'd killed, I think, a PMC or two, which is actual player characters. And I think a few scavs as well, which are the AIs slash player characters that just hop into the middle of the game. I was doing really well, and I was anxious as a result, and very stressed, and I was on my way to the exit, and then I suddenly get shot, like maybe a minute or two walk away from the actual exit. In that, like, after I was done there, I felt a very sharp pain in my chest from how anxious and stressed I was. I keep fucking up here. Because it was just that, like, adrenaline rush sort of stress going on from being, like, a high-intensity situation where I'm, like, praying I get out of here alive, and I've had to fight many things, only to just get, like, tapped by a single scav. But, whatever. It was enjoyable for that time, and then when I felt the pain, I stopped playing for the day, because, that hurt a lot. Yeah. I also had a friend that I would play with on Tarkov fairly often. Maybe I should talk to them again and see if they'd be interested in playing again. But, yeah. And I think playing with someone else makes it a lot kind of less stressful. In part because you have someone to talk to. You're not, like, alone and just hearing the sounds of footsteps all around you. But you also, it's like you have, it's not even like you have a second pair of eyes. You just have a second pair of eyes to look elsewhere and see things you're not seeing. That was the last of that, yeah. Which is a nice thing in a game like Tarkov where you need to constantly check around. And I always liked being able to just pull up on like a scav or something and just one-tap them with a quick aim and good shot. Or maybe not necessarily quick. Ooh, Norway. But aiming and then going for the headshot. There was one time, though, so in Tarkov, there's map interchange. There's basically two main areas of interchange, the inside and the outside. Because it's basically just this huge mall on the inside, and then just like some stuff on the outside. So we were out the back of interchange is a power station thing, and to the west of interchange is a corridor kind of looking thing slash road, relatively thin, that you can walk down to get to this power station. Now my friend and I were walking down this corridor. I took the right side while he took the left side. Along the left side there's some cars and like garbage cans and stuff that you can hide behind, while on the right side there's some bushes that you can hide behind, within rather. So we both were carefully pushing forward because I think we thought there was someone in the power station, and turns out there was actually two people at power station. So we were approaching slowly. I was on the right, he was on the left. Now I pushed a bit more forward to the bushes on the right so I could get a good look ahead and have a good sight line on anyone that was approaching, while he took longer on the left. Now, there's a rather poor miscommunication. And, without thinking, I ended up turning and popping my friend in the head and killing him, like, instantly. Because, I didn't realize it was him. I should have. I knew he was on my left. But, I didn't realize, and then I killed him, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I felt so bad. And I kind of just waited in that bush for a while. Because, I mean, there were still people at Power Station. So, we want to be careful. And I ended up being able to use his body as bait. Because there were these two people, two players that came up a bit later on. And then after looking around for a moment, not seeing me crouched down in a bush, they both started to loot the body. My friend's body. And it was at this moment I took advantage of this and killed them both instantly. Because neither of them were wearing helmets, which is like, that's the other weird thing about Tarkov. Sometimes helmets are, it feels like there's no reason to, but also it can save your life on the off chance that the bullet decides to ricochet as opposed to penetrate through. And that introduces another thing with Tarkov called wipes. I'll explain that later. But yeah, I permanently remember that moment and feel bad for it, but it was also really funny. Anyway, so yeah, a thing with Tarkov, how it works. It's an early access kind of game. It's not done, not even close. I don't know when they'll be done. When they do finish it, I'll have, like, the best starting off. But there's a thing within that where every big update they do, like big content update, etc., they do a thing called a wipe, where they basically wipe everyone's progress and everyone starts from the very beginning again. Now, that may sound awful, but that actually does a lot for the game. Because early stage of the wipe, everyone's basically on the same playing ground. Everyone has the same kind of mediocre gear. Everyone has the same quests to do and goals and such. So it's a lot different of a vibe, if you feel me. What did I get on Leader? Not great. Whatever. Meanwhile, mid-wipe is okay. Because you still got people who might be coming in and playing, and not everyone has the best of gear because they're still like working on getting money. And then there's late stage wipe. Late wipe is awful, and it is because everyone has the best gear, and that goes both directions, both in terms of armor and in terms of ammo, because there's armor-piercing ammo, which is extremely expensive, but of course it's armor-piercing, and armor is the only thing you really have saving you in Tarkov, potentially, other than your own aim to kill the person attacking you, or the other person having bad aim, essentially. So, in that late stage, if you try to, like, if you aren't in that same late stage as everyone else, where you have the best gear, you're kind of fucked. You're just, like, at the bottom of the food chain and are easy pickings to people who are at the top, essentially. So late wipe becomes kind of a drag to play. Now, of course, you will meet people who are on your same level because, you know, not everyone plays Tarkov right at the start of the wipe. Not everyone even plays the full wipe. But at that late stage, it's less likely, and it kind of just becomes painful. So early stage wipe is the ideal time to play, because it's a lot more enjoyable, I find, then, because matchups are more balanced, except for the people who try hard the game, like, so hard that they get to level, like, 40 or 30 within 3 days of the wipe starting. Those people are crazy, and I worry they don't have a job. Because, like, good God, the amount of time it would take to do that is insane. And honestly, there should be better things they would have time for, but whatever. It's not my prerogative to tell them what to do. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, early mid-wipe is pretty enjoyable. And the way I've tended to like to play actually is, so you know how I mentioned you can play as a scav, which is the AI slash players. You basically can hop into any game within a certain map and just become one of those AIs. So then you're now a player scav. Now if you die with the scav, it's nothing against yourself, because whatever this scav had, you didn't like come into the raid with, if that makes sense. Normally, if you play a PMC, that starts at the very beginning of the games. You come in with whatever gear you have, and if you die and your stuff is either uninsured or it gets taken if it's insured, you lose that gear. For scavs, meanwhile, none of the gear you come in with is yours to begin with, so losing it, there's no loss to losing anything as a scav, basically. There's no sunk cost, if you will. Oh yeah, sunk cost fallacy is also, I think, common in Tarkov. Just because of the nature of it. Anyway. So my preferred way of playing is as a scav, you know, find some stuff and get out of the raid. Then remove anything on my PMC and just take whatever the scav had in terms of gear, like the vest, the backpack. I might take a slightly bigger backpack because, I mean, you don't want a tiny backpack, and those are generally pretty damn cheap, so it's like whatever. But like for the guns, etc., too, you just use whatever the scav had, and usually it's like half durability and just absolute garbage, but it's something. And even when you take that shit gear, you can still do fine. Maybe not against PMCs, but maybe you can early wipe do fine against PMCs. Either way, that's just like my preferred way to play, because it like basically eliminates the thing of worrying about taking in gear, right? Because you're basically playing as a scav, just as your PMC, since you're bringing in scav gear. So it's not as bad. Oh, that's the end of that split. Oh boy. It's not as painful. It's not as painful if you die. You're like, damn, oh well, it was scav gear anyway. I didn't lose much. Versus if you bring your like best stuff and then you lose that, you're like, ouch, that hurts. Oh, Norway twice in a row, nice. So that's my preferred way to play. It's a lot more fun, I find, than any basically bringing in actually good gear. And that's what my friend and I would also do sometimes, is just we both go in together as scavs in a game, get out with what we can, and then use that scav gear in an actual raid. The other thing is, too, your PMC has like levels of stuff, and your PMC has like a player level, right? I mentioned like level 40 or whatever. That unlocks certain quests and certain trades and a bunch of stuff that's locked behind progression by your level. So going in as a scav does nothing for your level. You only get level ups via completing quests, which usually, it depends on the quest, but they can be done by scavs, but usually often are done by PMCs. It depends on the action you have to do. So going in as a PMC, you get experience for playing as a PMC, while only bringing in scav gear, so you're not as worried when you die. It's like a nice happy medium of play, where you kind of can enjoy it and also progress in the game. And on top of that, so scavs have a cooldown, like you can't use them infinitely. If practically you can, because their cooldown's like 20 minutes, but still. By doing a PMC run in the middle of that, you can basically do a scav, then do a PMC, whether you live or die. Then you can do a scav again, then you can do a PMC, and go back and forth. If you die, it kind of throws off the loop a little bit, but not too terribly. So by going back and forth between those, you can basically be constantly playing and enjoying it and also leveling up. So that was my preferred way of playing generally. I might buy some occasional extra supplies depending on the place we're going to, but that's situational and not necessarily a hard and fast rule on any specific thing. Oh no! Shit! Oh, I finished it, I think. Oh. Okay. Anyway, that's enough about Tarkov. Point is, I might reinstall it, and if I do, I might stream it. That's a big if, because, like I said, it gets addicting. And because it makes you stressed and anxious, that's not great. It doesn't feel that great to be playing it all the time, because it's kind of stressful. So I'm only thinking about it. I'm not necessarily saying for sure I will or not. It's like they're mid wipe, I'm pretty sure right now too, so mid late wipe even. So it might not be the best time, but then again, if I'm just playing the Scav PMC route, it doesn't really matter, does it? Maybe I'll ask my friend and see if he'd be interested in playing again, and I might play. The other thing is too, it's I have only so much time currently. School takes up a lot, work takes up a lot, other stuff takes up a lot. Trying to have a social life takes up time as well. I have 3, potentially soon to be 4 D&D games I'm going to be a part of that I'm going to have to cut somewhere. Because it's becoming too much. Eating too much of my time. We'll see. Your game is fine, Potato. I'll say that. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish time wasn't real. Wait, what? What do you mean, wait, what? I'm saying I want to try and cut out some of the D&D games that I'm a part of because it's becoming too much. I'm saying I won't cut yours. You're fine. Don't worry. Maybe I should... Yeah. You're fine. I need to get faster about the repair menu. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I hate, like, trying to get out of a game, too, because, you know, I committed to it, but... I need to have some time. I don't know. I think the one that I've currently been in for the longest... I don't know, it's... I don't think I've talked about this. My character in that game, without getting too specific, his story is, kind of limited at this point. Thing is, so we're now only playing once every other week as opposed to once a week like it was before. But I talked to the DM about it, and they basically said that, like, at this current rate, it'll be another 2 or 3 months before my character's story arc is kind of completed. Which 2 or 3 months is, the current duration of this semester. So, I don't know what to do about that. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was gonna say that's cutting it too hard. Oh well. But yeah, that's like a Sunday game. So freeing up even Sunday would be good. I don't know. I just wish I had more time. Oh, I talked so much, my mouth is tired. Oh, yeah, I've also had like a kind of low-grade headache all day, which has been annoying. And I was gonna take painkillers for it before my first class, but then I got distracted, and I never did. So it's like starting to come back a little now. It's not terrible, I'll live, but like headaches suck. Nice. Oh, that was the new best time. Oh, fourth stage. Oh, itchy. Okay. Here we go. This is the last stage. Like, remember when I did a homework stream? Like, that was... Might do more of those, out of necessity. Necessity. In fact, I could honestly probably even, like, for the technical assignment thing for English, I could do that on stream easily because it's not, like, location specific or anything, or I wouldn't dox myself with anything like that. Because it's just talking about a plasma cleaner. Then again, it's probably boring to watch someone write, so... Oh, hit the brakes, please. Thank you. Alright, there goes the last stage. That was a pretty fast last stage. So I need to wait for it to get back to the main screen. Hopefully you can't hear me. You probably can hear me spamming the button. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna save that first before doing anything else. There we go, saved.